Hey, aren't you the one who feel pretty dumb when your friends start having small talk on politics, political ideology, capitalism, socialism, Karl Marx, and blah blah blah? You feel like you are not going to be the part of that conversation, but it seems that we have to be the part of that conversation. After the Genji revolution in Nepal, you might have realized that how big importance do you have in the society, in the political system. So, if you are the one who always felt dumb but want to improvise yourself and want to look intelligent, this video is for you. And throughout this video, I am going to talk to you about one book that holds an immense importance to you if you want to build your intelligence in the political sector. So, I am talking about this book, Animal Farm by George Orwell. And this book has been recommended by so many readers that I have seen after the Genji Revolution, specifically. And you need to read this one. But I'm not here just to tell you you need to read this one. I'm going to give you the roadmap through which you will be able to understand this book into its highest level when you are reading this book. And this book is actually very pretty easy to read as well, because there are not many pages in here and it is very superficial language, and if you don't have greater command in English as well, you'll be able to read it pretty easily. So, what is there in this book that you need to look for when you are reading this book? There are actually four key ideas that I'm going to give you, which has been given by George Orwell in this book. And the first one is power and corruption. You have already known that power is a pretty bad thing. It has the good side, but it is pretty bad thing because it corrupts people in their fundamental moral and ethics. Once the people rise above, and when they acquire the authority, they acquire the power, they are ultimately going to use that for their only benefit. And there are a lot of people falling into this category. There are genuine leaders who are always voicing for the people, for whom he has risen into the power, but there are people who will be using this power just for their own pleasure. And this is very pretty muchly expressed in its highest level in this book, that you need to look after. And there is another thing, that is propaganda and language. So in the modern era, when you have bombardment of the information from everywhere, media, online, and the newspaper that you read, and from directly from the people who you admire, directly from the people who are in the leading position of the nation, they give information. But there is a thin line of difference in between information and propaganda. And in order to understand that, you have to be a well informed citizen, and you have to be the one not to fall into the trap of the language. Not what is said is always important, but how it is said is holding the greater power as well. Third one is the danger of silence. You know how we silenced ourselves when something bad is happening in the society? We feel like that is not something that I am a part of. Okay, that is happening in the society, let that happen. I don't want to be falling into the dirty game of the politics, and that have nothing to do for me. I'll just do hard work. I'll just stay loyal to the the one who is in the power, who is in the charge of the government, as we say. So this is where you get pretty much doomed, and you are being uh, you know deceived by the highest authority that you are worshipping to. And this is also the case that has been that is seen in this book, and you might fail to recognize that, but with this being said, you'll definitely be able to find that part as well. Another one is how revolution and their promises work. There has been several different kind of revolution in Nepal, and the recent one is Genji revolution. And none of the revolution holds something that was quite contrary to what we wanted. It was always the thing that we wanted. And the revolution was made, the promises of revolution was made to keep, but ultimately that revolution's promise started distorting, and we end up in the situation we never imagined to, because we always imagined that after this revolution everything will be perfect. And after the Gingy revolution as well, some people are already raising their questions regarding whether the spirit of the Gingy revolution has been kept still or not. So that is the separate thing to discuss about, and we are still yet to see what happens with this government and with this revolution's promise. But the thing is, the revolution starts distorting from its major promise that it kept while it was the time of the revolution. So every generation has to stay awake whether there will be any kind of distortion in the promise made by those leaders who rise up from the revolutions like Genji. So, what this book is actually trying to make you understand is that every generation has to stay awake, whether they are the highest authority, as we say in the language of Constitution, whether the citizen is the power of sovereignty or authority of sovereignty, or the government is, taking over it. So why do we need government in the first place? That is the question that I used to ask myself a lot. But when I started reading, I read the one book that is Sapiens, and that book is also really quite important. I am going to drop the review about that one as well. But for now, I started understanding that when people started getting organized, when humanity was more organized, there was a need of this organizers, and that organizers from time and again they started changing their form sometimes, and in some country today as well there is autocratic form of governance government, and also the dictatorial form of government, and the highest form of government that is promised by the human history is the democratic form of government which we are in right now in Nepal. And this started with the Athens of the Greece, and this gave rise to the Magna Carta, the Constitution, fundamental rights, human rights, and many more. But still, these rights are somehow distorted by the person who are in the authority, just to make sure that they remain in the authority, they remain in the power, and they have what they wanted as a human being. So this happens a lot of time, and we have to keep being awake. So at last, in the world full of Napoleons, the best thing that you can do is get informed, and your journey of getting informed might start with this one, Animal Farm by George Orwell, 112 pages book that you'll be able to read in few sittings. So let me know in the comment section whether you are going to read this book or not. And if you have read this book, what was the most powerful thing that you discovered in this book? Let me know in the comment section. Thank you so much, and bye bye.